The return to certainty. Certainty and happiness. Let's start with a simple but unsettling idea. What if happiness isn't something we're trying to achieve for the first time, but something we're trying to recover? What if the story of a human life isn't a climb from confusion to certainty, but a long detour away from a certainty we once had, followed by a lifetime spent trying to get back? This is the perspective of the return to certainty. We begin life manifesting certainty naturally. As children, perception, action, and identity are not yet fractured. We don't ask who we are. We simply act as who we are. There is coherence without reflection, alignment without effort. And then, gradually, that coherence dissolves. Language intervenes. Roles accumulate. Expectation, comparison, evaluation, and self-monitoring creep in. The self splits into competing narratives. And with that split comes uncertainty. Uncertainty about who we are. Uncertainty about what matters. Uncertainty about what we should be doing with our lives. At this point, something interesting happens. We don't say, "I am seeking certainty." Instead, we say, "I just want to be happy." Happiness becomes the banner under which the return to certainty is pursued. Now here's where Aristotle enters the picture in a surprisingly modern way. Aristotle did not define happiness as pleasure, comfort, or emotional satisfaction. He defined it as activity. Specifically, the activity of study. Not study in the narrow academic sense, but the disciplined activity of understanding reality as it actually is. For Aristotle, happiness is what happens when the highest human capacity, reason, is actively engaged in grasping order, meaning, and truth. Why does this matter? Because study, in this sense, is not about accumulating information. It is about restoring coherence. When we study, when we genuinely inquire, we begin to reconnect fragmented experience. We align perception with understanding. We replace reactive living with intelligible action. In other words, study is the adult method for recovering childhood certainty. But with a crucial difference. The certainty we start life with is unexamined. The certainty we return to must be earned. This explains a quiet frustration many people feel. They chase happiness through pleasure, success, relationships, or distraction. But none of it stabilizes. Why? Because happiness without certainty is structurally impossible. Without clarity about what is true and what matters, every pleasure is temporary, every achievement fragile, every identity provisional. The mind remains busy, anxious, and divided. But when certainty begins to return, even a little, attention steadies. Decision-making simplifies. action aligns with intention. Life stops feeling like a constant internal argument. This is why the pursuit of happiness so often disguises a deeper hunger. We aren't really asking to feel good. We are asking for coherence. We are asking for the internal friction to stop. And that friction only stops when understanding replaces confusion. This is the heart of the return to certainty. We begin life aligned. We lose the recipe. And we spend years, often decades, trying to reconstruct it under different names. Happiness, fulfillment, meaning, peace. But beneath all of them is the same demand. Let my life make sense again. Aristotle was right in a way we're still catching up to. Happiness isn't something you possess. It's something you do. It's the ongoing activity of restoring clarity, of studying, examining, and realigning yourself with reality. Not escaping uncertainty, but standing firmly enough that uncertainty no longer destabilizes you. That is not the road to certainty. It is the return.